ESPN, a Sunday Night Baseball. Stole my bit, Danny.
If you had to start a rock band, who would you take from the team, and what's the band name?
I texted you like 2 weeks ago, and I said, yo, why don't we each come up with a rock band made up of Philadelphia Phillies players?
I take Kyle Schwarber. I take Stubby. I take Pache.
Jerks at ESPN stole my bit, asked Brandon Marsh, and they waste it's a 10-second bit when you can easily get a 10 to 15-minute conversation out of that question alone. I am irritated that they stole my bit. Guys, we're still going to do it.
Stay loose and sexy, baby.
There you go. Fans are singing along with Bryson Stott's walk-up music.
Dominguez kicks the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. And the ball game and the series are over. Home run for Kyle Schwarber. A grand slam for Bryson. And the Phillies have the National League Championship.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back to a brand new edition of the Quit Chasin podcast. We are a little cheeky, a little irreverent, and always unqualified, but we're also recommitting to being a whole lot of fun. That's right. While we always watch 162, so you don't have to, we're also here to entertain you for every week of the 162, even when the Phils couldn't be bothered to. So go ahead and commiserate with Ricky, Bo, and Varkan, but celebrate and laugh at intellectually presented dick jokes and absurdist humor. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, I'm Alice Kruger. That's Danny Gerb. Danny, say hi to the folks.
Hey, everyone. How you doing tonight there, Dirty Mike and the gang?
Dirty Mike and the gang. I'm doing great, Danny. So, it's funny.
What is going on? You look like a unboiled hot dog.
All right. So, there is a good chance by the next time we talk to the viewers and whatnot, I am single because I told Kara earlier in the week that I was going down to the mustache, and there's a very good chance that she did not take me seriously. And when she comes home from work tonight, she is not going to find me attractive for about 2 weeks until I can grow a decent sized beard back. But here's the deal. Tomorrow at work is Staff Appreciation Day. And as such, we are supposed to come in wearing the decade that we most identify with. And obviously, I am a child of the 80s. I grew up with 80s kids. Like I am Duran in it, like 100%. I'm an 80s kid. I got denim jacket, denim pants, white t-shirt. The mustache is exactly what sells the thing. So as a member of the leadership team, I really have to kind of get involved with this thing, but I didn't want to spend a lot of money. So mustache, all denim, salute to the 80s. And I think I look fantastic. What do you guys think?
So I'm going to help you out here, man. If you were like in my part of town
yes,
and you went to the bar, like the L Bar or Tin Can or Green Rock or Johnny Brenda's, any bar around my part of town, you would just look like a dude.
Would I clean up?
This is the shirt, the hat, the stash. Like you look like Johnny Fishtown right now. Johnny everybody. Like,
so here's the
you
thing.
are everybody I know.
Let me ask. So here, who owns the mustache these days? Is it the trucker? Is it the hipster? Who's laying claim to the mustache in 2025? I don't know the answer to that. Who is it?
Oh, I think it's everyone. I think they're just super in. I think everyone has claim to it.
Okay.
The hipster, the athlete, the bro, the ironic bro, you name it, man.
Okay. All right. Here's the thing. As much as I love the little flavor saver, and I do, I think it's cute, the little caterpillar on the top lip. First off, not having a beard, I can really see all of my chins. And I'm not that husky of a dude, but I feel because I don't have much of a natural chin without a beard to frame it, that this is not going to be a good look for me. So I am regretting this. I did this about an hour ago, and thankfully, I'm going to have enough stubble in about 7 days that this will be just a distant dream.
So it's that long. It's that long. So I'm not a full beard guy. Mine is very patchy. It's a Keanu Reeves beard at best.
Okay. Okay. It's ballsy.
At best. All right. It is. I'm fine with that. I know who I am. All right. I know who I am.
You know what, Danny? Respect. I like that. I do.
But that being said, like it might get to a point and be like, we're not going any further there, buddy. And I'm like, all right, fair enough, man. Like you got to your distance, and I'm not going to push you because, well, I can't. But it's rapid. I could shave this off in this time tomorrow. It's this again.
Here's the deal. So I did the good job of going with and against the grain. Like I did both sets of the shaving technique because I haven't been clean shaven in a hot minute. So I do think within 5 days I'll have a decent stubble. Like it's just I come in waves. So it's going to be a really good 5 o'clock shadow for 3 days and then great stubble for 3 more days. Then it's going to look a little bit homeless for about a week. And then I can trim it down and shape it up to a respectable beard. But I am a good 10 days away because with my face and my bone structure and whatever the hell that is, I have to just let everything grow for a good week and a half to 2 weeks. And then I can trim it down to like a nicely tight beard. And then I'm off to the races. But I can't rush the trim or else it looks ridiculous. It just looks asinine.
Yeah, no, I got that. So the question is Skeens. Skeens is still rocking his creeper stash?
He is. Here's the thing.
Did Strider make the start with the creeper stash?
I believe he did. Why wouldn't? So what is it that makes someone choose a mustache in 2025? I think half of it is you want to see if you can pull it off. There is something, and I'm against most traditional signs of masculinity, but there is something inherently masculine about pulling off a mustache. Am I right?
Yeah, so we're all a little gay, right? So,
we're all a little gay, man. Like for sure, 100%. Yes. Zach Efron, hit me up, bro.
That being said, we're all a little gay. There is this. You're right. There's something about like the stash, the straight, just bam, stash it up.
You got to be able to pull it off, or else what are you,
dude? Like it just makes that dude look even tougher for some reason. I think so. Anyways, there is something extremely masculine.
Firefighter without facial hair, I don't trust to put out my fire. If I see a bunch of dudes coming out of the red truck with mustaches when my house is on fire, I'm like, okay, you know what? Everything's gonna be all right. You give me a bunch of baby faces, it's off to the race.
Rockabye.
There it is. Yes, sir. So I am so happy we saved this conversation because I wanted you to react to the mustache.
I reacted. Trust me.
I hope so. I hope so, because this is a little bit of a cry for attention. And again, like tomorrow is staff appreciation day. I'm on the leadership team. I want to show them that I appreciate them, you know?
You know the episode of Futurama where Zoidberg like molts?
Yes.
That's what you look like. You look like a molted Zoidberg.
I'm here for that. I am. I think maybe.
Oh, you're the robot.
You know what? Fans of Quit Chasin who are listening to this, who follow us on social media or YouTube or what have you, what do I look like?
Unboiled
That's a dangerous question to ask.
Or molting Zoidberg. That should be the poll.
What? Molting Zoidberg or a hot dog?
Unboiled hot dog, yeah.
I don't see a lot of unboiled hot dogs with mustaches. But here's the fans. Tell us what you think. Tell us.
You had to draw a cartoon of an unboiled hot dog. You're instinctively putting a mustache on it. You're telling me you're not going to, and then if you did, it's going to be that stash, and it's going to look like you.
Here's the thing.
I
want to say yes, but I know myself well enough to know he's getting the 2 pencil lines and the triangle goatee. If I'm making that hot dog man, I'm a triangle goatee guy. Sorry. What are we doing?
No, that's fair, I guess. I mean, I could see the 2-line triangle goatee for a cartoon hot dog. That makes sense. But fact of the matter is that cartoon hot dog is getting facial hair. That's undoubtedly proven.
100% correct. Yes.
100% of this room is putting facial hair on that hot dog cartoon.
That's correct. Both rooms. 2 rooms. 100%. That's 200%. All right, Danny.
Internet room.
That's some great banter. That's 10 minutes on a mustache. That is phenomenal.
Sure.
You ready to get into the week that was?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, this is going to be a whole lot of me, folks. So if you're here for Danny, just skip ahead for 3 minutes. All right. Yeah. All right. The week that was. First up, we have Miami 2, Philadelphia 7. We chased the starter in the second by making him throw 60 plus pitches. Zach Wheeler struck out 13 of the batters he faced. Harper and Schwarber homered. Stott had an RBI from the leadoff spot, and neither Tanner Banks nor Jose Ruiz coughed up the lead from the bullpen. 'Twas a very good Friday indeed. Next up, Miami 10, Philadelphia 11. In the Catholic liturgical calendar, there's always a pause between the well-adjective end of Lent festivities. There's Holy Thursday, there's Good Friday, and there's Easter Sunday. But what of Saturday? I'm sure there is some name, Reflective Saturday or some shit, but there just isn't a great nickname. Well, how about Shit the Bed Saturday? Foreshadowing Day? Matt Strahm stole a win from Taiwan Walker on a game he pitched himself into and out of jams and only gave up one run, while we exploded to a 9-1 lead in the fifth. And the top two spots in our lineup hit 700 on the day, producing 5 RBI. But Carlos Hernandez gave up 3 in the sixth to cut our lead to 5, and Jordan Romano almost blue cheesed the save and made this unnecessarily close. Which brings us to the finale, Miami 7, Philly 5 in 10 innings. Damn you on Pattison. So they put up the best Easter-named Phillies. And if that isn't a quit chasing bit, I don't know what is. But game respects game. Well played, John Foley, or whatever your name is. Well played. Easter Sunday game. Fanatic birthday game. Chance to finish a sweep of the Marlins that we needed before we faced the Mets in Flushing. Didn't happen. There it is. So we go into New York with a 2-1 series so far. Philly 4, New York Mets 5. Nola got Nola'd early, and for a brief second, I was convinced Juan Soto hit a monster bomb to make it a 5-0 game in the third. So I turned it off and went back to watching a simple favor. A few minutes later, I checked the score, only to learn Soto's ball went foul. Sweet! I continued to watch the game. Nola pitched well enough, but dear Jose Ruiz gave up a 3-run bomb to Lindor, making him my least favorite Met named after a fancy chocolate. Stott homered to get the Phils within 1 in the ninth, showing we can do some damage against a closer, but alas, the Mets took game 1, which takes us to game 2. Philadelphia 1, New York Mets 5. Christopher Sanchez left this game with forearm tightness, which is fine. We don't have pitching and depth issues at all. It seems Orion's misplaced his belt because his pants are falling on him every time he goes out there these days and letting in more runs, 2, than outs recorded, 1. Yeah, it was a crappy analogy. This team doesn't deserve better at this point. Next up is the Mets finale, where we try to avoid the sweep and let Wheeler show his old team what they're missing, or I don't know, something. Danny, I need good news. What's happening with the baby Phils?
So, Alex, we have the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs 7, Columbus Clippers 3. This happened on April 22nd as we follow Ranger Danger through his rehab stints. And no, he did not hurt his nose. In Lehigh, he threw a dose hitter in 5 innings of work. Zilcho earned runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks, with his former big league buddy behind the dish, El Stubberino. Do we miss him yet? Well, Garrett went 1 for 4 that night with an RBI, bringing his Trip A average up to a 262 and his OPS of a 773. Hopefully, Marchand can find that aux cable soon. Iron Pigs win the Mega Bowl, Alex.
Iron Pigs win the Mega Bowl. You know
win
what?
The Mega Bowl.
You got to wonder how easy and how refreshing it was for both Ranger and Stubbs to play together for the Iron Pigs. Like, all right, everything. And like, honestly, so I saw on Facebook today, someone posted a picture of the Iron Pigs lineup today with a picture of Marsh. And they said, honestly, Marsh is the worst player on that team. And it's like that's not true, but at the same time, like they got Justin Crawford, like they got some dudes on that team. So I imagine it was kind of nice for for Ranger to have like some decent offense against him.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. Stubby at 273 in the minors. He's a quad A player, but like I don't know.
I mean, the 262 is okay. That's that OPS of a 773, which is.
I refuse to learn what OPS means. Okay, just stop.
Sure, but more. Sure, great. I mean, that's a AAA 773. So,
right. That according to what Danny's sound effects said, that's bad. All right, shall we get to the finale then?
Have at it.
All right, screw it. Yesterday, Philly 3, New York Mets 4 in 10 innings. There's no point recapping this game. You know what happened, and if you don't, I'll let you in on a secret. This team is just a greatest / weakest hits album of the Phillies from 2024 to 2022, or the other way around. There's nothing new. We've seen it all before. There's no mystery. There is no next level to unlock. The Phillies are who we have been watching for 3 years. And I know that because they haven't changed. They've gotten worse from a personnel standpoint. Hello, bullpen. They have less faith in their outfield than in 2022, when it's still just Marsh, Rojas, and Casty, plus or minus Kepler. Topper is a bit more aggressive, but still makes some silly moves. Ever heard of Cody Clemens? Now DFA'd? So fine. I said we recap the games. Here we go. Wheeler let a home run ball go. Small ball from the bottom of the lineup tied it up. We left a dozen guys on base, took the lead in extras, but only had Romano in the pen. 11 pitches later, the game was over. Let's go to sleep, because I know when I wake up, it's going to be Groundhog Day again, and I'm going to hear Sonny and Cher. So, Danny, let's play a game. I don't know. What did you think? What is this?
I think I said it in the text thread, the QC text thread.
For sure.
That this is a good team. We're seeing a good team. We're seeing a good team with talent.
You mean the Mets?
No, I mean the Phillies.
Oh, okay. You mean
I do mean the Phillies. I do mean the Phillies. We're seeing a good team with talent, but we're seeing them play an NL that got increasingly better. We're seeing them play teams that went out and adjusted some of their flaws and went out and filled some of their holes where this team didn't. And they're good enough. They're going to be in that, high 80 win range. It's just going to be a very frustrating, manic, dumb way of getting to it.
Amen to that. And I guess you're right. It is what I guess it's so funny because Mets fans do what we do. Like Juan Soto started perfectly fine, but by Mets standards, he was shit in the bed. And like if Turner had started that way, we would have loved it. And it's funny because it went from the Braves were dominant. We had a year, and now what? The Mets are about to be dominant for the next 5 years while we're slowly falling off of a cliff. Like, what the hell's happening? It's frustrating. It's so, of course the Mets get competitive now. Of course the Mets finally live up to their damn payroll and potential. Of course that's what happens.
The 22 Mets were a 101 win team. Everyone forgets that because they had the 23 drop off that just whatever that was.
Yep.
And that we yelled about it and screamed about it earlier this season in the off season towards the end of last season that the OMG Mets, it wasn't the same magic carpet ride as the 2022 Phils because that
we got to the World Series.
Bro, yes, that, but I meant for the Mets. The Mets didn't come out of nowhere. That whole narrative last season of the out of nowhere OMG Mets. No, that's not the case. They just had a fluke bum, didn't gel, whatever was going on in the clubhouse year in 23. That the season prior, they were 101, 102 win team. Get out of here with this. They spent the money. They were a 100+ win team. That's who they are.
You're right. And you're right. You can't be upset about that. They are, I hate to say it, they are who we thought they were. And it is what it is. And
I mean, yeah.
What can you do?
If you want to play that game, look at the names, the lineups don't matter. They have Alonso and Soto, and then what? Cool, awesome. Yeah, maybe, I guess so. But
they got as many dudes as we got.
They know how to hit with 2 outs. Jesse
they play smaller balls.
Hits with 2 outs.
He does. He
doesn't have the name Bryce Harper has or Trey Turner has, but homeboy hits with 2 outs. So, yeah, you can stack the names beside each other. One team does their job and the other doesn't. That's what's going on. That's
Jesse,
what's going on.
I am putting my name to it in that Jesse Winker is officially the next guy that I am going to not like. Jesse Winker, I'm out. I do not like that guy. He has a very punchable face. Not a fan, Danny.
True.
Not a fan. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. He's had a punchable face everywhere he was at. And now that he's doing it with the Mets and better with the Mets somehow I
hate him.
Even more frustrating.
It really
Game
is.
time, Alex.
Let's play a game,
Yeah.
friends.
Because that was dumb, and this is stupid.
But I like dumb and I like stupid. So
No,
tell us,
yeah.
Danny, a little bit about tonight's game. Actually, it's my game. Should I tell the name of the game? All right.
Yes, please.
All right, friends. Tonight we are playing.
This is your show tonight, Alex.
You're right. I'm sorry. Top 5 stadium songs. So here's the deal. When you go to a stadium or even when you're watching it on TV, any sporting event, there are certain songs that when you hear them, it just brings you joy. As Marie Kondo would say, it brings you joy. Tonight, I want Danny and I to present to you our top 5 songs when we are at the stadium. Danny, would you like to go first with number 5?
Yeah, sure. So this isn't like we're doing arena stadium songs, and this isn't arena stadium songs. This is Philly centric, but there is something about when you are in the park, and this just happened to me last Friday, and I've been lucky enough to experience this a few times. When you're sitting in your seat, the game is starting, and you hear Alice in Chains' Rooster, you know, wheels up, someone's about to deal. And that is just like, there's something about being in that park, the rooster hitting, and just being like, yep, it's game time. Let's go.
There's nothing like that, is there?
No, not at all. And like, it's such an odd pick for who the guy is, or how old the song is, for coming out to a mound to pitch. Like, hey, here's a song about my dad's dead Vietnam vet buddies. But like, that's what he chose to come out to, and there's something about it.
It works. It gets the job done, and I'm here for it. And like, so Wheeler's Rooster is phenomenal. It's just like when Lidge came out to
Sharp Dressed Man.
Nope. It was that's Brandon Marsh. No, Lidge came out to like a I don't know, some death metal song. I forget what it was. It's not Bodies, like when the body's at the floor, but it's one of those like
I have no idea what it came out to.
It was awesome.
All I know is when you were at the bar, all the bartenders turned out the lights. That's all I know. I couldn't. I have no idea what he came. Didn't he come out for like For Whom the Bell Tolls? No, that was
Pappy?
Homeboy in New York. No,
Mariano.
Yeah,
that was Mo. All right, friends. To whoever can tell us first what it was that Brad Lidge entered the stadium to, I will send you an unopened pack of baseball cards.
She's got legs.
Yeah, you do. So, all right.
How to use them.
I love you, and it's fantastic. And here's my number 5. It is a brand new song entering stadiums this year, but it is perfect. It's as if it was designed for an organ player to play, and that is Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. All the time in Philly Stadium, you were just hearing the and it is phenomenal coming out of an organ. So Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, you may have heard it at the Super Bowl, but it's fantastic at a baseball stadium. Number 5.
Number 4 for me.
Number 4 for Danny.
Sandstorm. And it doesn't have to be an arena. It doesn't have to be a ballpark. It could be at the bank. It could be at the dance club. It could be the ER room. Doesn't matter. Whenever Sandstorm comes on, you know it's a good time.
Dude, I don't care where you are or what you're doing. The amount the amount of adrenaline that pumps through your body when the opening lines to Sandstorm comes on, you're taken to another place. Just so everyone, that was my number 2. I'm not going to talk about it anymore because this is good enough. But yeah, Sandstorm, number 2.
I did too. Was your number 2, and I went with it anyways.
I loved it. And number 4 for me is a mainstay, and it's a staple. And Danny, one of my favorite all-time memories as a human being was my entire family and you after the Philadelphia Phillies Thunder Guns, oh God, Trey got hurt game, singing High Hopes at Citizens Bank Park after the win. And there is nothing, everyone's got their thing, okay? We get it, Boston. You have Sweet Caroline. Love that for you. And in a different world, I'd put that on the list. But when your team has
so good.
You're so good. When your team has a song and has a tradition, it's gotta be the winner. And High Hopes it wins every time out.
I agree wholeheartedly with you. I do love it. I do. I'm always amazed after a Phillies win, the amount of people that don't stick around. If this was Wrigley,
curmudgeon-y millennial about that. I love it to pieces, but you got legitimately heated at how many people were bolting for the exits during High Hopes.
Yeah, I do. Because, like, here's the thing. Like, if this was Wrigley or Fenway, no one leaves.
Nope.
No one would leave for a rest in peace Harry Kay singing High Hopes. If that was a Cubs or a Sox thing, like, it would be sad. They would sell beer up until the last note.
Not just that, but fans. Let's be real here. If you are in the stadium when High Hopes is being played, you are not going to win the parking lot game. So you may as well sing and stay. If you're already there by the last out of the 9th inning, you're going to get stuck in traffic. Accept it, own it, sing along to Harry. It's what he would want. It's what he would do for you. Danny, what's your number 3?
Oh, Start Me Up by the Rolling Stones.
There it is. Now, why? That's a fun one. I'd love to know why you picked that one. Aside from it's awesome.
Because every time it comes on, it's awesome.
That's it. I mean, that's all you need.
Hold on.
All right, fantastic. Well, my number 3, and Danny, I should hope that you would appreciate and respond to this, is a marching band classic. And I don't know if it's a marching band classic for everyone, but it damn sure was for Bishop McDevitt. And that is Smoke on the Water. When I hear the deep brass doing the opening, bow, 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 I get excited because I know next comes in the drums. And it's just everything, dude. I loved Smoke on the Water. It was my favorite band jam when I was in marching band. It is easily in my top 5 stadium songs. What do you remember of Smoke on the Water? Or conversely, what's your favorite stand jam to play?
I hated all of them.
I
hated all of them.
Of course you did. You're too cool for literal school.
Maybe
all
Smile.
Of them.
Boston Smile.
I know. Boston Smile, that's decent enough, I guess.
I mean, I was a trumpet player. So that
oh my God, you played trumpet?
Yeah. What were you? You were a drummer.
I was a percussionist. I thought you were a percussionist.
No.
Buddy, I've been living all this time thinking that you were like a real music player in band. You were just one of those little trumpet fellas? That's so cute. Okay. All right. I didn't know you were just one of those.
All right. Well, I have 900 instruments to my name. But that's fine. Yes, trumpet being one of them. Yeah, like that horn section, Smile. Or whatever. It was a squealy part. Smile was awesome. Well, what's the other one?
Renegade? Centerfold? Oh, Centerfold's good for trumpet. Matty P, I did not know.
I'm the friendly stranger in the black sedan. Want to step into my vehicle. I'm a vehicle, baby.
We were not playing vehicle by the time we got there.
I'll take you anywhere you want to go. Because
we were playing Pontoon
Bow, need you. Bow. Good girl, I got to have you.
Oh, no, for sure. Centerfold was a classic McDevitt, and I imagine you guys had
me trying to be a trumpet is unbelievably difficult.
Just thinking you're too cool to play trumpet. Like I understand.
My trumpet sounds like I'm strangling a chicken, and not my own.
See, if you were gonna play a non-percussion instrument, I would have thought saxophone. To be honest, I would have thought something with a reed.
Well, that's all right. So here's the thing: if we're gonna have this discussion, let's have it.
Let's do it.
Marching band instruments that are cool.
Number 1 is drums, and you can go fuck yourself if you think it's anything else. And look, just like that, we got the E on this episode.
Quads only.
Bullshit.
Were you a quad player? Did you play quads?
I could never play quads. I was never that
Yeah,
good.
there you
Anthony
go.
Salpino, he knows what's up. But Gabe Stasnik on the snare drum was inspired stuff, man.
Okay, I will give you quads and a snare because you
Snare,
start rolling your
bass drum is where they put
wrist
crappy
on some
people
of those
like
snare
me.
things.
Yes,
You know,
dude. Some of the really good paradiddles, like from a snare perspective, like
I
I'll tell you
know.
what, a snare drummer is only as good as his most recent bout of tendonitis.
Apricot pie. Start speeding that up, and
I'm just saying,
real
like,
bouncy with the wrist. I hear you, man. That's fine.
The funny, you got to remember, the drum major is there for everybody else in the band. The percussion is there for the drum major. We set the tempo. We set the tone. Just remember that. Okay.
I played in real bands, so
I did not. I played in Xanthus. Very much not. So number 2, Danny, what is your second song?
Got my head checked by a jumbo jet. It wasn't easy, but nothing is. It's Blur, song 2.
It is one of the greatest songs when you have 3 minutes to get amped up. When you are at karaoke, when you're playing Lego Rock Band, song 2 is everything. That is one of the best. And if you don't know who Blur is, think of Gorillaz 10 years earlier.
So here's a fun Blur. The same guy, sure. Vastly different band.
Super different bands. Same lead singer, different bands. Yes.
Here's a fun thing, Blur song 2. I liked it. It was fine. I started going to the Wilmington Blue Rocks game, and they have a mascot, Mr. Celery. It's just this giant piece of this giant celery stalk. They call him Mr. Celery. And every time they score a run, this guy comes running out from behind home plate, runs around in a circle around home plate, does this little dance to the Blur song 2, the woohoo part, and it's just this giant celery running around the woohoo. And I was like, you know what? I don't know what's going on here. This is phenomenal. This is artistry.
I love that.
It really appreciated my or augmented my appreciation of the use of song 2 at sporting events when there's giant anamorphic celery running around. How do you not love
I'm here for it. How could you not love that? We already went over my number 2. It's Sandstorm. So Danny, that
not even close.
I know. I'm sorry. Brings us to number 1. What is your number 1?
Popcorn
By
I knew you were gonna ask. Gershon Kingsley. It was written in 1969. It was written on a Moog synthesizer. That is for people in the synth world. They know what I'm talking about. I like it, and I think it sounds wonderful. So it's on my number 1. Same reason why "Start Me Up" for the Stones is on 3. I was the visiting locker room attendant for the visiting team for the Harrisburg Heat. From like
the indoor soccer league played at the Farm Show complex in Harrisburg City.
That's the one from like 95 to 2000 or whatever.
Tremaine Chinapoo Sr., what up?
It's Richard was the player.
Wait, was Richard Chinapoo?
It was Richard, yeah.
Okay. I went to school with his son, Tremaine Chinapoo.
Yeah, I know him. Richard played for the Trinidad Tobago national team. That was his claim to fame. And I think the Cosmos, the New York Cosmos for a little bit. He's been in the soccer world for a while. But yes, I was the visiting team locker room attendant. So one of the things that we did was during the game, took care of their bench. So whatever they needed, mostly water. It was mostly water. Water, towels, whatever they needed on their bench. That was my job. Visiting team attendant. Just took care of them in the locker room, at the bench, before and after games. That's what I did. So I was standing in the visiting team bench all the time. And they would play Popcorn often. like during like a lot of like just like the volume, like do 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 do. And it's great, and it's nostalgic for me. They also played "Start Me Up" a lot
Love
during
that.
those games.
Okay.
So like I don't know where popcorn fits at like a football game. I don't know where it fits at a baseball
Football
game.
counts as football.
Sure, it does. But like those moving sports, the arena sports, like indoor soccer, hockey, basketball, stuff where they're playing during the game, which is weird to me, but they do for some of those. Popcorn works, and it's a classic, and it was written on a Moog, and
I like
cool.
it. That's a good number one. My number one is a song that has become so associated with stadium rock that people now deride when they hear it at the stadium. But here's the deal. When I hear this song, I get hype. I get excited, and I want to sing along. I want to do the percussive beats with my hands, and that is the White Stripes, Seven Nation Army. Bum, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's just, maybe it is as a percussion. It's such a great little tempo song. It's such a like bum, 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 bum. The percussive beats, the symptomatic, like, yes, every note on the number. I don't know. There is something about Seven Nation Army that the most of America is sick of, and I'm not. I love it. It is my number one stadium song.
Interesting. You should say that. Did CB do an article about the Phillies or the Eagles being a Seven Nation Army venue, and they were lamenting it?
Are you asking if Crossing Broad did an article about something?
I'm asking you that. Yes.
Yes.
You're the
I don't.
fan, not me.
They may have. I don't know.
Someone did. I remember reading an article about like, oh, it's a Seven Nation Army arena, and
that's got
like,
Kevin Kincaid written all over it. That sounds like someone that is really, really upset that he's middle class, middle aged, and white. That sounds like Kevin Kincaid. So yeah, sure. Let's say Kevin Kincaid wrote an article about it.
You're keeping that up.
Oh, I absolutely am. Kevin Kincaid is the definition of y'all don't know what it's like, be a male, middle class, and white. Like, okay, buddy, we get it. You have struggled like 1/10 of the time. Settle down.
Was that good, Charlotte?
No, that was Ben Folds.
Oh, wow.
Rocking the suburbs, baby.
Okay. I know of some Ben Folds.
You, I think, would love Ben Folds and the Five.
F and the A with a D. With a D. With a D.
Yes. Ben Folds is phenomenal. Ben Folds is your kind of dude. Anyway.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think you would like Ben Folds if you gave him more of a chance. You'd be surprised.
Okay, sure. I will not listen to it.
I know you won't. Danny,
all that is
Seven
fun,
Nation
Alex.
Army. Yeah, please. We were talking Seven Nation Army and
all that is fun. Seven Nation Army, I guess. Listen, if it is Kincaid or not, and also, do you remember the last time we tried to start something with people bigger than us? It didn't work so well.
Did we even? So, what even happened?
We got real butthurt and got real weird and did a few really weird episodes, and people were like, do you guys need hugs? And we were like, we think so. And then we got over it and started having fun again. So
we got real burnt. We misinterpreted our role in the podcast sphere of Philly sports, and we got shown who we were, and we weren't ready for that. But you know what, Danny? We're in our sophomore year. We're good. We've done our freshman 15. We're fine.
I don't think that means what you think it means.
We gained 15 pounds of muscle.
Oh, I just did 15 guys.
Oh, dude, we are working off of different playbooks. I just gained weight.
Oh, no. Like,
well, here, dudes, okay.
Lots
Let's
of dudes.
Switch then. Let's switch.
Rotated them in.
15 pounds. I'll do 15 guys, and we'll even out.
I'll gain the weight. You do the dudes.
Dude, that works. Okay. All right, cool. Junior year is going to be fun.
Oh, can't wait. Can't wait.
All right. What the hell were we talking about?
Seven Nation Army. So as much as some people are lamented, agree with them or not, I actually, Kincaid or not, do agree with, like, I don't know if I'm cool with being a Seven Nation Army city.
Why?
I don't know.
What
I don't
is
know.
wrong with Seven Nation
Just
Army?
because. I don't
What's
know.
wrong with you? Why do you hate fun?
Okay, well, Jack White and his beef with the city of Philadelphia, that is one. If he's not coming, if he's gonna have a beef with Philly and not come to it, Philly shouldn't play his jam.
What's his problem with Philly? Let's be
I don't know. Did they
steal his car like he's AJ Brown?
No, they didn't steal his car. No. He played the Electric Factory. The crowd wasn't quite the vibe that he thought it was going to be. Said some crap about Philly and never came back. That's all it was.
Oh my God! So an emo
everyone in Philly was like, "What's
So-
this guy talking about?"
So an emo artist
Uh-huh.
went to Blue Collar Philly,
Mhm.
didn't appreciate the fan base, and is now like, okay, yeah, Jack White's not representative of Philly. That song is just a great athletic song. Like, no, Jack White's not Philly. Jack White is Oakland or LA or some shit. Like he's not Bruce. Bruce is Philly. Jack White's not Philly.
Well, I think he's Jersey. But if you're gonna
Jersey is Philly, they just are like a little bit dumbed down. Jersey is a dumbed down version of Philly. I came from Pittsburgh. I'll come for Jersey.
Right? Like,
right?
It's a dumbed down version of New York.
And New York is a dumbed down version. Nope, I can't actually finish that.
Hey, what did the mailbox say to the clothesline? Oh no, I messed it up. What did the clothesline say to the mailbox?
I don't know what.
I'm walking here. Yeah, it's great.
Pretty good. What are we even talking about, Danny?
Well, Seven Nation Army. So,
Seven Nation Army. We're still on that. Okay.
The one thing that I will give it is, like, sure, it's singable, and like when you see like those D1 colleges and you see the student sections, you know, and they're doing the and I could get it. Like if I were to be a Sooners fan and in the student section, I could see me getting carried away with the ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bas. But I'm not, and so I don't. But it's a fun sing-along, and it's nostalgic for that reason, I guess, or carries a tune for that, or is captivating for that reason, much like Oregon's in baseball, right?
Talk to me. Oh, damn it, Danny. Damn it, that's a great segue. Continue. Talk to me about Oregon's in baseball.
You had it on your list with a minor Oregon version. And it's classic. Everyone will take me out to the ball game. You know, like, come on. Everyone, Oregon music and baseball games are synonymous. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. There are, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 ballparks that still have an organist.
That's it? Only 9 major league ballparks out of 32?
Well, here's the deal. There's the ones you would expect. The Yankees, the Red Sox, Cubs, Dodgers, and the Reds. The Reds make sense. They're a classic team. They do that parade for opening day. The Yankees have 2 guys. They have a weekend guy and a weekday guy. Red Sox are full-time. Cubs full-time. Dodgers full-time. Reds full-time. San Francisco has a part-time guy. He plays day games. His name is Steve Hogan. Philadelphia Phillies in 2023 brought in a live organist. They still use him. His name is Brian Anderson.
Anderson, live organist at Citizens Bank Park. Thank you for your contribution to art.
Thursdays. He plays the throwback
on Thursdays.
Okay. Yes.
No. All right.
He does the Thursday throwback guns. Do we have a name for that?
So Thursday is the Powder Blues, right? It's just Throwback Thursday. It doesn't need to be anything.
Brian Powder Blue Anderson plays live organs on those things.
I'll allow it. Okay.
They got rid of their organist when they went from the vet to the CBP. I don't know if they got rid of him or he died. There was an article about it. I did not read it.
So Piano Brian plays on Powder Blues.
Yes.
PB
Brian Powder Blue Anderson.
Love it. That's his nickname. Okay.
That was actually his nickname is, ready for this, Maestro. Horribly unoriginal. I think he should be Powder Blue. Now that I said that, because
I'll allow it.
Fine.
I'll
Thank
allow
you.
it.
Here's the wild card, Alex.
Tell me the
There
wild
is
card,
a
Dano.
full-time organist at this no real fan having baseball team.
No, not the Athletics.
No, the other
The
no
Rays?
fan having.
The Rays?
They didn't realize they had a baseball team until 23. Yes.
Oh, the Arizona Diamondbacks?
That's right.
No shit.
Yeah. Weird,
I'm
right?
really happy that I knew the answer to that one. That was that the Arizona Diamondbacks didn't even like, oh my God, Kurt Schilling retired? What? He's gone crazy? What?
The Brewers had one. This is their first season without one. They opted for the pre-recorded organs.
Take that, Bob Uecker.
That's right. Bob Uecker took him with. He said, "If I'm going out, I'm not going alone.
Taking the
I'm
organist with me."
Taking the organist with me.
Respect that. I respect that. I do.
Yes.
Danny. That's
Yes.
fantastic. I love that. That is some great stuff. What other? Do you have any other organ-based information?
Not right this second.
Then shall we go to an ad break?
I think we should.
Are you tired of striking out in the bedroom? Are you suffering from the yips? Introducing the Bomer Builder Sluggatol, the ultimate home run hitter. With a steady approach and the power of a rock-hard Alec Bomer, Sluggatol guarantees you'll knock it out of the park every time. Say goodbye to those foul balls and say hello to a grand slam experience. Get Sluggatol today and go all the way. Howdy, Chase Nation. Alice Kruger here with pre-recorded words while Danny and I hit the bathroom or grab something from the kitchen. Do you ever find yourself walking down the street or in the middle of your grocery shopping and had the thought, dang, I wish I had some Quit Chasin merchandise? Well, we know you have, which is why we're excited to announce our merchandise shop is constantly being upgraded and updated. Just click the link in this episode description. While you surf the interwebs, make sure to check us out on all levels of social media: Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, Twitter, and yes, even YouTube. Make sure you check out our QC After Dark episodes to catch up on all of the things we do. And if you have a take, have a topic, or want to put your hat in the ring to contribute to Quit Chasin', hit us up on email, quitchasinpodcast@gmail.com. And just like that, let's get out of this break.
It's time for Ricky and Dippy in the afternoon. Ricky and Dippy on the radio. Ricky and Dippy taking your call and yucking some ball. Ricky and Dippy both a radio show on WTF Radio.
Hey there, you're tuned into Ricky and Dippy in the afternoons on WTF Radio. So call us now, the lines are open. It's a radio show.
Folks, friends, fans of the show, you need to send in your voicemails for next week's episode. Ricky and Dippy are going to be stopping by and answering your messages. That's right. It's the Bozo Radio Show coming your way, and we can't wait. And Danny, if that is not the absolute perfect way to segue into media stables, I don't know what is.
That's right.
Great stuff, Danny. Always illuminating. Folks, Danny told me earlier this week that he was busy. He had stuff going on. He was not really going to be able to do a whole lot for the agenda, and I'm good with that. I am here for you, the fans, and I have created stuff for us to talk about. So, number one, and it's super appropriate because as I am recording this, I am also watching the NFL draft. I don't know why, but here I am. And Abdul Carter is now a New York football giant, which I'm sure makes a bunch of our listeners upset because Saquon Barkley was a New York giant and eventually found his way down to us. But here's the thing. I've spent the last week and a half looking at prognosticators and looking at theorists and looking at all of these professionals that have spent so much time giving us mock drafts, and really all they're doing is they are hiring people, and we are all watching and giving them millions of dollars in ad revenue. But here's my challenge to you, Middle America. Stop watching the draft. You can go online and look at a list of names of people who went to specific teams. And that is the exact same thing you're going to get from the draft. You are not learning anything this weekend about anyone being added to your favorite, least favorite, middle favorite, not even existent team that you don't already know. There is no point in watching the NFL draft. Yet, here you are getting ready for it this week, and here I am watching it as we record. Why do we do this? I don't know. It is the dumbest thing in the world that we are watching people getting hired to jobs. Danny, what do you think about the NFL draft and the fact that it has become a weekend event?
It has no bearing in my life whatsoever. I don't ever think about it. I don't ever care about it. The only thing that I do find there are certain points. Hand point. I don't even know what that means. There are certain points in the year where Philadelphia Eagles fans yell and scream, "We're going to the Super Bowl." One of them is draft day. The other one is when the schedule gets released.
For sure.
And then,
for sure.
After every win. But this starts the "we're going to the Super Bowl" yell and scream. So that's fun.
How long are you allowed to be happy that you won the Super Bowl? So here's the deal. When the Phillies won the World Series in 08, and then we immediately returned to it in 09, and then in 10 we went to the LCS, and in 11 we went to the LDS. It was a gradual denouement of success.
Denouement.
Denouement. They knew it all. And I just wonder,
Get
like,
those
if you're
shoes.
because, and here's how I know I'm not an Eagles fan the way that like Pupo's an Eagles fan, okay? Because I don't feel anything about the fact that they just won the Super Bowl. If the Dolphins did, that'd be great, but I hate the Dolphins because they have Tyreek Hill and I'm against him. So I'm just in this weird little nether world where I like the Eagles. I do, but like Eagles versus Dolphins, I'm rooting for the Dolphins. So I'm a Dolphins fan. It is what it is. And like, why do I give a shit about the draft? It's just people reading names off of a piece of paper. But here I am watching it. I don't get it.
Would you say that the Dolphins make you cry?
They do.
There ain't nothing I can do. I want to be with you.
That's fantastic. All right, Danny, the other half of Media Stables, and I don't know the answer, but you were home for Easter, I assume, right? Okay. I don't know because you didn't hit me up to come get your jacket or anything, even though we had talked about it.
No,
It's
that's
fine.
the May 10th thing. I figured you were busy. Dude, I was so busy.
Dude, I knew you were, and I figured when I committed to you guys, you and Heisey coming to Audrey singing the national anthem at the Senators game, you would just get it then, like, no problem. So it's fine. But Sunday, because I know your mom's a Phillies fan, you guys talk Phillies. Like, did you get to watch any of the game with her on Easter Sunday?
She's not. She's a Pirates fan.
Damn it. What's your mom's name?
Donna.
Donna, what's wrong? Come on.
Born and raised, bro.
Don't care. 412 ain't nothing compared to the 215, but okay, whatever. Anyways,
the family's still out there.
I hate it. Anyways, did you get to watch any of Easter Sunday baseball?
I did. No, Easter Sunday was a wash.
Here's the thing. Cole Hamels in the booth on a Sunday, usually the Mike Schmidt game, but it was Cole Hamels instead. And let me tell you, buddy, Cole Hamels is fantastic in the booth. He's just as boring as Schmidt, but
okay, that's good.
His analysis is 20 years more relevant, 20 to 30 more years relevant. He can talk about certain guys that he's played against that we're playing against, and he can give you a better understanding of how to prepare in this era as well as how to come down on. Like, Cole Hamels is much more relevant for this current era of baseball than Mike Schmidt is, and hearing him in the booth was such a breath of fresh air. I'm here for it. I loved it.
I'm sure he's not complaining about those lousy kids as well.
He has no get off my lawn mentality moments. And that was like Mike Schmidt. Here's the thing, Phillies fans. I am 37. I was born in 1987. I love that you guys have all this great memories of Mike Schmidt and stuff. My fandom starts in like 05, 06. Like, I'm so sorry, guys. I don't give a shit about Mike Schmidt. I understand what he did. That's so cool. I never watched a game, so I have no emotional attachment to him whatsoever. But you give me Cole Hamels up on the bump, my MVP. Yeah. I'm going to listen and I'm going to love every time he's up there.
Does Cole Hamels have a sandwich?
He will. It's the coleslaw sandwich. I don't know. I don't know. It's the
Get out of here.
You get out of here. But that's the end of Media Stables. Danny,
Coleslaw sandwich. Shut up.
you shut up. This brings us, my friend, to amped up or pissed off. Who knows what we're calling it this week? Here's what's got me amped up, buddy.
Mhm.
And I'm sure
coleslaw sandwich.
I'm sure you saw this on the agenda and you had questions, but you weren't sure where I was going with it. And that is what's got me up is the idea of the music festival experience. So we have seen how Coachella has turned into the new Fire Festival in that it's not a good time. Like, sure, people show up and there's, I guess, culturally important things that happen or whatever, but like,
I don't think they do anymore. No.
Here's the thing, buddy. When we were growing up, you had Bonnaroo, you had Burning Man, you had you had Woodstock 99. We're not talking about that. And you had Warped Tour that was touring. So like music festivals at a time were a thing. In 2025, there is nothing that sounds worse to me than everything that goes into going to a musical festival. I want nothing to do with going to a desert, sleeping in a tent for 3 days with there being no porta potties, $8 bottles of water, no accessible food, and a bunch of hippy dippies just like grooving along to the music. Maybe it's because I've gotten older or whatever. I've never been to a musical festival other than Warped Tour, Matty P, Josh Lego, what up? And like, there's nothing at all that sounds enjoyable at all about going to a musical festival. Did you ever go to a musical festival?
I'm not a multi-day one. I went to a Lollapalooza. I went to when they were doing the Rolling Rocktown fairs. I would go
remember
to
those.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember. So my brother once went to a Bonnaroo with your former frontman, and I remember he was there for a few days. And your former front man was like, I'm done here. So he just left. Left open their car door. So the battery died. So while at Bonnaroo, they had to go to like the AAA station. And like it added a day and a half onto their trip. And it's just none of that sounds enjoyable whatsoever to me. Like music festivals, hard pass. Maybe I've gotten too old for it. I don't know. But music festivals, no thanks.
Did you ever get that story? What went down?
I know exactly what happened as far as it actually, you know what, buddy? Here's the thing. I know what happened as far as it was told to me, and I'll tell you offline. This is not for the America, but I'll tell you that story after we hit end record. But like, okay. I don't know. There's interesting facets on all parts. I can't.
Did it start with A, M,
yes.
D?
AM left TK.
No, I knew that, but what substances?
So I don't know the substances. Here's the thing.
All right.
TK is not as experienced as I might be. So like, I don't know if TK knows what's up. So we'll get there. But anyway, that's an offline conversation. Okay. Anyways, so that's what's got me.
DM does GB.
All of those things. I know what that means. What is that from?
Dunder Mifflin does
Gettysburg. Thank you. So again, music festival, the Coachella experience thing just happened and people like hated it, blah, blah, blah. And as I read about it, I think to myself, I'm so happy I never got into that world. Like, I am just so happy I never went down to that dumbass lifestyle and just wasted a weekend on hundreds worth of dollars worth of tickets on like, okay, cool. I'm going to see you play 6 songs. Great. I can watch it on YouTube later.
Yeah, I'm with you. So this is what I found interesting about this recent Coachella. Someone, Harry Styles, I don't know. Someone had Brian May on come out.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's Bryson Boone. I don't know
Mhm.
who he is or what he is, but like he's got a mustache like me. So
But then Gawker or whoever it is, writes an article about the lukewarm reception that Brian May gets. Now, here's the deal. I am probably 20 some years older than the net age of the people that were going to Coachella, right?
yes, for sure, yes.
And Brian May is an old fart to me. So what were they thinking? Like, yeah, of course nobody cares about the guitar player from Queen because nobody cares about Queen. It's 2025.
Who would
Yeah,
be the
it's fun to
right
sing along to Fat Bottom Girls, but like, man, that wave is over.
who would be a better, if not Brian May, than
Mhm.
whom? Because I think it's Chris Novoselic from Nirvana.
I doubt that. I mean, even
'Cause
though
they wouldn't
people
know who Chris Novoselic is. You're right.
no, they wouldn't. They know Nirvana from the T-shirts they buy at Walmart or Hot Topic or whatever.
Is
Like,
it Mike
or the
Shadona from Linkin Park? Is that just? I don't know what kids
I don't know who it is.
see as
Like,
retro.
I definitely don't think it's a guitar player. Like, you're
No,
trying to
probably
tell
not.
me some guitar god, some guitar hero is going to wow these 20-something-year-olds? Like, no. Like, bring out Posty. They want Posty. Bring out
They want
Posty.
Post Malone. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Oh God,
Give
I
him a
hate that.
Posty or Luke Bryan or whatever the crap is crapping.
Oh God, I hate that. I hate that.
I don't
hate
want to
that so
sound
much.
like an old guy because that is something that like I
Dano,
very
we're old guys. It
I
is
know
what
we
it
are,
is.
but
We're
I
old
don't want
guys
to.
now.
Right, I don't want to be one of these guys who just doesn't like new music because it's new. I actually do try to listen to some stuff. Some of it is okay. Some of it's even good. But as far as like guitarists go, I have no idea, and I don't think the Utes do either.
There's no John Frusciante. There's no Mike Enziger right now. Like there is no who is the alternative? Who is that rock and roll? Who is that punk pop band? What is it? Is Cage the Elephant the best we can do in rock and roll? Because I love Cage,
No,
but that is
the
not the best
youth
we can
is
do.
listening to like Black Veil Brides and stuff like that. Like
But what do
if
they
you're
make
talking
it?
like guitars or like what is it? Sing the sirens, the Sirens band, whatever they're called.
I
Wow,
don't
now
know.
I sound old.
You're
But
so old. I love it.
um, they are listening to those guys. Like
Right.
those are rock guys. Escape the Fate, even though they're extremely old at this point too, they're still listened to by the youth.
I guess. I don't know. I'm constantly stuck between loving it and hating it, which ironically, Danny brings us to our last segment of the night. Love it, hate it. This is your arena. This was my show, but your arena. So please, by all means, take it away.
Yeah, sure. We talked about organs a little bit. So the Wanamaker Grand Court organ, here in Philadelphia. It was in the Macy's. It's the largest fully functioning pipe organ in the world, based on the number of playing pipes and the number of ranks and its weight. There, you can do a deep dive on organs. There's a lot of people that claim they're the oldest or biggest or longest or oldest, biggest with the most functioning keys. Like that title is passed around to a lot of people for varying reasons, but this is what they claim. Uh, it was played twice a day, Monday through Saturday. It was originally built in Los Angeles by the Los Angeles Art Organ Company in 1904 for the St. Louis World's Fair. It was then bought by John Wanamaker in 1909 and first played on 13th and Market Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, June 22nd, 1911. The last performance of this organ was Saturday, March 22nd, 2025.
A
On
month ago.
13th and Market in what used to be the Macy's, Philadelphia. Love it or hate it, Alex. The last song of this very historic organ to be played for the people was Fly, Eagles, Fly.
I think that given the history and the purpose of this organ, nothing in the universe makes more sense Then Fly, Eagles Fly. I love it. Yes, other than Gonna Fly Now from Rocky, there is no more Philadelphia song than Fly, Eagles Fly. It sounds great on an organ, and that makes me so happy that was the last song that this bird sang. How about you?
Okay. I actually don't like it.
Why?
Well, that's the thing. I don't really know why, and I can't even do that thing where okay, this would be better because I don't have a better answer, but like maybe it don't stop believing or something like this. The reason I don't like it's kind of like single issue voting, right? Let's take abortion. So smortion for the people with the baby ears out there.
Shishmortion. Go ahead, fucker.
It only matters to half the population. And out of that half of the population, there is even less people of childbearing age. And of those childbearing ages, there are people that are morally opposed to it, and it doesn't matter anyway. So now you have stifled the population down to such a small, minute number, but this is the one thing that you're voting on. It's kind of like that. So now you're saying, hey, I'm going to play on this historic organ. I'm going to play it for football fans, but not just football fans, Eagles fans, like sports fans to football fans to Eagles fans. And I just think it really diminishes the grab that you could have had for the final performance. That's all. Where there's like something like a don't stop believing, give people hope. I don't know. Like, listen, it's not Journey. The answer isn't Journey. The answer is never Journey. But like, I don't think it's something so relegated to a regional sport team fandom. Like, it's very esoteric.
You know, it's funny you say like it comes from the Los Angeles Art Organ Company. It debuted at the St. Louis World Fair. Why is its final song so highly tied to Philadelphia? And that's an interesting statement. I still
not
love
even
it.
Philadelphia, sports fandom of Philadelphia.
And I mean, they could have done "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." They could have
Or
done
like the
so
pretzel
many,
waltz or something. I don't know.
any number of things. So I'm going to stick with "Love It" because why not?
Sure.
But I respect that you don't necessarily love it, and I think
don't.
that's okay. I think that's okay.
I would like something that old and that historic to be more inclusive.
I respect the hell out of that. What would you have chosen if you were the art director? What would you have chosen?
I would have to think about it. But something timeless, something probably inspo, but I don't know what that is.
Would it be laced with Americana?
It
God
would
Bless
have
America. What were the John Black songs?
to.
I'm
Proud to be an
proud to
American.
be
No,
an
no.
American.
It would not be some
No, it's not
No.
some right winged Jezebelian
propaganda.
anthem.
No, absolutely not.
Well,
It would like I don't know, American Girl, Petty's American Girl. I don't know, something like.
It wasn't Lenny Kravitz. Who was American Woman? Who's before Lenny Kravitz? Who did that originally?
Wasn't the Who?
I don't know, maybe.
No, it wasn't the Who.
It wasn't the Who.
It wasn't the Who. It was Oh man.
American Woman. Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Wasn't an American band.
It's an American band.
Sure, I would do American band even like the Paul McCartney tune. Like even though like, yeah, I don't know.
Respect. Oh, it's the Guess Who. The Guess Who did American Woman.
Yes, thank you.
But
yeah,
Lenny
that's.
Kravitz did it.
I don't know the answer. That is for someone that isn't me to decide. I would just like to make it more inclusive. That's all. It's a historic organ from 1904.
You're a historic organ from 1984.
I try to be. And with that, everyone, hey, thanks for listening. We had fun. We'll do better next week, I promise. And everybody knows an ant, I don't know, I guess can't move a rubber tree plant. We'll find out. We will find out. Jesus.